And so, I am a platoon leader here at 89th Infantry Makatao Battalion. So, my first, yung una kong ginagawa dito is, first, actually, kinikilala ko muna yung mga tao dito. Actually, babae kasi, kinakabahan pa ako kasi first unit ko, first assignment ko. Pero, with the help of our battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Antonio G. Bulao I, and our executive officer, Major Mark Anthony Estito, as well as all the staff officers here in 89th Infantry Makatao Battalion, I was able to adapt to what is the 89th IB. So, ngayon, our mission is sustainment operations. So, dito is, naghihisi ako kung ano yung magiging ambag ko, kung ano yung magiging role ko. As ako nga yung pinakabata, ako pa yung pinaka-junior. Babae din ako. Kaya nandun yung mga tanong sa sarili, doubt sa sarili na, kaya ko ba talaga? Tama ba talaga? Pero, of course, yung mga iniisip natin, we have to win over them. Kaya tayo na-train sa academy for 4 years is to equip us with essential knowledge and skills na kailangan hindi lang natin kinikip para sa sarili natin, but sinishare natin sa mga tao dito sa battalion. So, first, nung nag-report ako, I was given the task to be the squad leader of the Female Agila Patrol Challenge at the 10th Infantry Division. So, doon is I was able to lead a squad na puro babae. So, ang daming circumstances na nangyari dito sa battalion na naghinder sa amin para makapag-practice ng maayos. So actually, honestly, yung practice namin for the infantry, for the AGPAT, Agila Patrol Challenge, was just 4 days. So sa loob ng 4 days na yun, nakatingin sa'yo yung tropa, ma'am, ano yung gagawin namin? Ma'am, ano yung ipe-prepare namin? Ma'am, ano ba yung, kailan tayo magsisimula? Saan tayo magsisimula? Of course, ikaw ma-overwhelm ka kasi iisipin mo na ikaw din mapapanong, paano nga ba? Ano nga ba yung dapat gawin? Pero, mangunguna pa rin sa atin as officer, yung mission accomplishment and of course, welfare of men. So, for the welfare of men, kailangan natin na gumawa ng mga decisions na magli-lead sa kanila para sila mismo is alam nila yung ginagawa nila. So, pinagkasya namin lahat ng kailangan namin gawin. Rucksack march, pag-practice sa lessons for observe fire procedure, EOD handling, weapons, pati na rin ang PLP. So, troop leading procedure. So, lahat yun kinompress namin into 4 days. And, nandun na sinabihan ko sila na I encourage them na whatever happens, kung ano man yung mangyari, we perform. We perform excellently because that is what the 89 IB is. So, mapapagod ka na lang din, pagurin mo na yung sarili mo with excellence. So, nung nag-start ang AGPAT, so, we were lucky enough na matapos yung AGPAT into 5th place. So, with 4 days of training, 4 days of refreshing every lecture, nakapag-land pa kami into 5th place. And we are so happy about that. And doon nagsimula yung journey ko as a a platoon leader here in 89 IB na yung pagli-lead, it's an art. So, kailangan natin na malaman kung ano ba yung nangyayari sa paligid natin para makapag-decide tayo na yung decision natin magre-result into mission accomplishment and welfare of men. So, I was able to lead and nagkaroon naman ng success para sa amin ang Agila Patrol Challenge. And dito sa 89 IB, I was given opportunity na maging assistant platoon leader. So, assistant logistics officer. So, as assistant logistics officer, napakarami ng kailangang i-consider. Lalo na yung mga tropa ko, mostly mga lalaki. So, mas matatanda sa akin, mga kalalakihan. Pero, iisipin natin na kagaya ng lagi ko sinasabi na leadership knows no gender, it knows no age, and even culture. So, leadership is about influencing the people na nasa paligid natin. So, doon, I was able to kahit papano ma-influence sila, no? Na kung ano yung natutunan ko during my 4-year training sa PMA is nai-impart ko sa kanila. So, yun yung primary role ko. Ngayon, I was also given an opportunity na mag-conduct ng massive awareness campaign at the Central Mindanao University. So, at first, yung massive awareness campaign namin na nagsimula sa sityo, sa mga sityo lang, nagkaroon ako ng opportunity to speak with 4,000 students. So, paano ko ba yun nagawa, no? Paano ba natin yun magagawa? So, of course, kailangan natin i-equip yung sarili natin with the knowledge na kailangan natin ibahagi. So, hindi naman tayo pwedeng makapag-share ng mga bagay na hindi natin mismo alam. So, with that, through the guidance of our CEO and the staff officers, senior officers dito sa 89 IB, nandun na ginaguide nila kami, the platoon leaders, kung paano mag-handle, kung paano humarap sa ganun kadaming tao. So, the massive awareness campaign was a success na nandun na impart namin sa kabataan kung ano ba yung ways ng recruitment ng CTG. So, nandun din na impart namin sa kanila yung knowledge about or background sa West Philippine Sea. And of course, yung current campaign natin na pagkakaroon yung culture of security. So, with that, na-impart sa kanila and nalaman nila. So, nandun na meron silang mga katanungan on how to join the Philippine Army. So, dun sa ginagawa namin is, dun ko na-realize na yung ginagawa namin, hindi lang to inform them, pero sa kanila, nai-inspire sila to, na-inspire din sila na mag-join sa ating organization. And yun naman yung isa sa mga pinakamagagandang resulta ng ating campaign. Na yung lalo na, of course, the youth, na yung mga kabataan natin, they are the hope of the nation. They are our future. So, sila dapat yung unang nakakaalam, sila dapat yung unang nai-inspire natin to do better in the future. Sabi ko nga sa kanila na ito is inadapt ko rin kay sa ating battalion commander na what we need is, before anything else, is discipline. So, regardless of our roles, regardless of what we do, we have to be a disciplined person. We have to be a disciplined citizen. Kahit tayo din na mga sundalo, we have to be a disciplined citizen. We have to be a disciplined soldier. Bakit? Because sa discipline na ma-impart natin sa iba and sa discipline na ipinapakita natin, nandun na nagkakaroon ng kaayusan sa organization. So, yan yung mga isa sa mga experiences ko dito sa 89IB. Recently, recent experience ko naman is nag-conduct ang aming batalyon ng Makatao Squad Challenge. So, each company must represent a squad that is officer-led. So, ang nangyari dyan is, of course, nagkaroon ng representative ang Alpha, ang Bravo, ang Charlie, and even our KA. First ever na nag-join ang mga KA natin sa Gantong Squad Challenge, ang Delta. And of course, Scout Platoon and Headquarters. So, there are 6 squads to participate. So, ang nangyari, those 6 squad must be officer-led. However, ang available na platoon leader lang is 5. So, ngayon, sinabihan ako na, Lors, kaya mo ba kaya mo ba magdala ng tropa na puro lalaki? Syempre, without hesitation, nagsabi tayo ng yes. Bakit? Kasi, role natin yan as a platoon leader na hindi kailangan na maging lalaki ka, maging babae ka para mag-lead ka. Yung kailangan natin is willingness na mag-lead. So, nakita ko yun not as a challenge, but an opportunity to grow and develop myself. Na kaya natin, mga kababaihan, yung ginagawa ng mga kalalakihan. Hindi kailangan na i-consider kung ano yung weakness natin or kung ano yung mga wala tayo. Pero i-consider kung ano yung kaya natin gawin. So with that, I was the only female officer. I was the only female participant during the Makatao Squad Challenge. So, ang nangyari dyan, nagkaroon lang kami ng 1-day preparation kasi nga sobrang naging busy ang battalion with all its campaigns. Pero, syempre, sundalo tayo. We have to be ready. Hindi naman kunwari may gera, diba, na dun lang tayo magpe-prepare. Ngayon pa lang, dapat prepare na tayo. And yun naman yung sinabi ko sa mga tropa ko, na yung gagawin natin is just not just for us to perform, but to refresh us para tayo, during the duration ng Squad Challenge, yes, it is a competition, pero pinakamaganda dito is kung ano yung matututunan ulit natin. Ano yung mare-refresh sa atin. So, yung Squad Challenge, nag-umpisa siya with PFT, Physical Fitness Test. Syempre, no physical fitness test namin, ina-expect ko na ako yung huling darating. Kasi nga, syempre, malalakas na yung mga tropa natin eh. Lahat sila malalakas. Pero hindi tayo huli. Hindi tayo papahuli, syempre. Nandun na natapos ko yung PFT na with the passing rate. And yung squad namin, the Headquarters Service Company squad participant, kami yung pinakamataas sa PFT result. So, 'di ba parang ano, dun pa lang na marami nang nagulat, marami nang nagtaka na, ay, kaya pala, kaya naman pala na may kababaihan din tayo na pinapadala sa mga ganitong activity. And after ng aming PFT na sumunod dito yung mga military stakes. So sa military stakes namin, sinabi ko lang sabi ko sa tropa na kung ano yung alam natin, kung ano yung na-practice natin, yun yung gawin natin. And with the signal communication, weapons assembly, disassembly, not tying, and observe fire procedure, nandun na natapos namin with excellence. So hindi kami hindi kami nasa hulihan during duration ng squad events. So dun minsan napapatanong na din sila kung ano ba yung paghahanda na ginawa namin. But actually, talagang na lang yun, kung ano na lang yung ma-perform namin. And after nun, after ng military stakes, so next naman dito is yung troop leading procedure. So, troop leading procedure is one of the events na mataas talaga yung points. Kasi ito yung magmamatter kung paano ang isang leader mag-orient sa kanyang tropa with regards to the mission or the operation. So, actually, kinakabahan talaga ako na mag-explain sa mga tropa. Kasi, yung mga kasama ko na squad leaders, na officers, may background na rin sila, may mga infantry sila. Infantry kasi sila yung mga kasama ko na mga squad leaders. Ako, ordnance service yung naaral natin. Pero, as a platoon leader, wala tayo dapat na inaayawan. So, nandun na dinelegate ko yung tropa ng mga tasking na kailangan nila gawin. So, ito, dapat mailagay nila. Ito, dapat maisulat nila. Ito, mag-rehearse tayo. Para pagdating ng evaluation, maipakita natin kung ano yung na-prepare natin. So, nandun na-conduct ang aming troop leading procedure. So, during my explanation, ang nangyari dyan, ako yung naging basis, naging example para sa lahat ng mga squad leader. So, nandun audience with the panel, yung lahat ng squad leader ng squads. So, mas na-pressure, dagdag pressure yun sa akin kasi first time na as a non-infantry officer, maging matignan ka ng mga kapwa mo officers, diba, na infantry. Pero, of course, sabi nga natin, it is an opportunity to learn. It is an opportunity to showcase what I know. So, from what I know, tinuro ko, ginawa ko kung ano yung dapat gawin. So, starting from the situation, mission execution, sustainment, command and signal. And for the TLP, we gained the highest score. So, syempre, mapapaisip ka na, sabi nga natin na hindi nagmamatter na female ka, hindi mo kayang mag-explain. Hindi yun magmamatter. Yung kailangan mo is the ability to explain na maiintindihan ng tropa. And fortunate enough, I was very thankful sa tropa and sa mga kasama ko na andun na nagkaroon ng collaboration, during the conduct of TLP na nandun na execute namin with excellence pa rin. And after ng TLP, nandyan na nagkaroon yung paglalakad namin, nagsimula na yung operation namin. So nagsimula to sa river crossing kahit na hindi na mag-matter dito kung babae ka or lalaki ka or officer ka or hindi ka officer. Ang kailangan mo is to accomplish the mission na maitawid yung tropa sa river na follow yung standard operating procedures. And of course, na-accomplish pa rin natin yan. Naglakad kami hanggang sa from patrol-based operations hanggang sa magawa namin yung raid and yung TC3 na andun talaga yung pag na exercise talaga kung paano tayo mag-command, kung paano tayo mag-lead. Kasi first is nandun na-orient yung tropa natin kung ano yung dapat nila gawin, kung ano hindi dapat nila gawin, kung ano yung gagawin nila kung ganito ang mangyari. So, doon nagkaroon na i-orient ko na sila. Kaya nung nagkanda kami ng raid and TC3, smooth yung flow ng event. So, kami ang nakakuha din ng highest score sa raid and sa TC3. So, very thankful kami kasi hindi na nila nakita kung babae yan si ma'am, baka hindi niya kaya na mag-recon. Hindi na nila yan nakita. Nakita nila ako as their leader, not as a woman. So, with that, natapos yung Makatao Squad Challenge namin. And lagi kong sinabi sa tropa na whatever the result is, as long as we did our best, na kayo, yung mga tropa ko, natuto, ako as your officer, natuto, lahat kami natuto, doon pa lang, nanalo na tayo. But, of course, meron talagang, in a competition, meron talagang winner. And we are very fortunate enough. We are very thankful, of course, to God na walang na-disgrasya during the conduct of the Makatao Squad Challenge. Very unexpected yun na mangyari because first, ang mission lang namin is to perform and to learn. Hindi namin inakala na ang isang squad na dinala ng nag-iisang female officer ay yung mananalo sa Makatao Squad Challenge. So, ano yung gusto ko iparating dito? What I want to show everyone is that our time, our generation is evolving. So, dati siguro magkaroon ng hesitations ang mga tao na kaya ba ng isang babae gampanan yung isang pagiging sundalo. But, ngayon, we are proving na women or whatever gender, women, men, can participate in the organization. So, siguro sasabihin ng dito na I was very thankful to the 10th Infantry Division and the 89th IB na kinakandak nila yung mga ganitong activities to show na yung mga kababaihan natin, hindi lang sila pang office, hindi lang sila for paperworks, but kaya din nila gawin kung ano yung ginagawa ng ating mga kalalakihan. Na kung if ever na magkaroon ng hindi naman natin hinihiling, but in times of chaos, maaasahan pa rin natin yung mga kababaihan to lead, to follow, to be an army. So, ngayon, very thankful tayo sa Philippine Army kasi yung organization natin is changing. So, it is becoming flexible to what is happening to our surroundings, na equal opportunity na yung naibibigay to men and women. Of course, syempre, nandyan yung activities natin in gender and development na makikita talaga natin na yung mga ginagawa ng mga kalalakihan pwedeng gawin ng kababaihan, and yung mga kababaihan pwedeng gawin sa mga kalalakihan. So, followership and leadership, of course, it knows no gender, it knows no age, it knows no culture. So, what we want is to do what we have to do our role, to do our responsibility. Because what we do, no matter how little it is, it will have a great impact sa mission accomplishment ng organization natin. So, I encourage everyone, especially the youth, women, men out there na nanonood, na you don't have to be strong. You have to be willing. You have to be willing to learn, to share, and to lead the future generations. So,
how happy are you serving yung country natin ngayon?
Yes, sir. So, of course, ngayon, as a platoon leader of 89th Infantry Macataon, I am very happy to serve the country as a platoon leader. And I know na maraming challenges pa na darating. But I also know na with the guidance of senior officers and with the guidance din ng with the learnings from tropa, na magiging enjoyable and memorable pa rin yung mga journey na tatahakin natin as a platoon leader.
Sige nga, anong message mo sa ka-generation mo na
yes,
in the service of our country, lalo na yung meron tayong mga challenges ahead?
Yes, sir. So, my message for the future generations, kung hindi nyo man gusto na mag-join ng Philippine Army, I encourage you to be a disciplined citizen. So, yun yung kailangan natin. No matter what challenge na hinaharap ng country natin ngayon, we need to show na yung kabataan talaga is truly the hope of the future. How? With our discipline. So, sa discipline, sa simpleng pagsunod sa batas, simpleng pagsunod sa kung sino yung mas nakakataas sa atin despite the challenges na nangyayari sa atin ngayon. So, I encourage everyone na to be to actively participate sa kung ano yung solutions na pwede natin gawin. So, we can be part of the solution.
Galing naman ni Madam Loisy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.